Power is such an integral part of our lives. When we are in our power, we are able to show up for ourselves, we're able to connect with others, ask for support, receive guidance, seek opportunities, be able to be purposeful in our lives and be able to be prosperous because we are confident enough, whether it's to do our marketing and do our outreach or to make a sale. So power is the key. It's the core of really everything. And yet power is misunderstood, which is why we've been doing this series. And we talked to you about individual power. If you haven't seen it, you're going to want to go check it out. We gave you 10 tips on how you may be holding back your power and what to do about it. But now I'm here to talk about the power that is all around you that you may or may not be aware of. Everything's energy. And we do a lot of work with the stars, we do a lot of work with the earthly energies, and we've combined both of those for the seasons that we've come to know and recognize that the ancients used. That when the Gregorian calendar was made, for some crazy reason, we all decided it was a really good idea to carve the world up in seasons, right? That makes great sense. Like the weather is going to help us, come up with that seasonality. And yet the seasons are derived from the solar power. So it's that outward expression, but that's not the initiation. The initiation point actually happens before. So if we think about it, so if we look at the traditional calendar, it's, January starts the first quarter and the end of March is the last quarter. We're not really vibing with that. We vibe with the power that's natural here from the moon and from the earth. Think about this. The moon can literally move the tides on this planet. So the moon is incredibly powerful. A lot of people in the recent history, like recent past, have followed the moon to be able to manifest, to be able to bring things into their lives, to be able to heal. Adore that. We also use that. That is another way that we use the power that is available to us that we might not be thinking about or really talking about regularly. I'm talking about the larger, that solar calendar, right? Like that annual calendar, but yet carving it up in the seasons that make sense. Because each of the seasons have natural energy. And when you're vibing with the natural energy of the season, you are actually leveraging the power of it and you're making your life easier. So we operate under, it's still 3 months. And we still have accepted the monthly calendar. We're not quite going with the new moon, calendar, because that would be too confusing. We're making it easier. But the big top of the year, actually, we're looking at the 1st of February. We're looking at that date until the 1st of May, and that season, that energy of the season, the elemental earthly energy working with the stars, is the season of purpose. You are setting your strategy, you're making your plans, you have finished your year, and you are now like, okay, I am ready to put into action those big picture intentions or those big themes or that big, huge, 3,000 foot or 30,000 foot strategy. I'm ready to start the purposeful movement of that. Setting the goals, setting the targets, making the plans, putting the schedules together, and I'm ready to take action. It's a very much an initiation, get moving, let's go, put all the things together energy. Then May 1st to August 1st, it's a power-packed energy. It is full of power. And so when you're thinking about the power that's available, it's like, ooh, I'm going to be leveraging power during the power, right? So we have a solstice. That's the like literally the extension, the availability of the maximum amount of energy here on Earth. Each one of the solstice. So that midpoint of that season is actually the actual actuation of like all the power. It's like so much power. What would you like to do from a power perspective during those months? Now, whether you're in the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere, you have this power-packed energy. It's just the energy between the sun, the moon, the stars, and the earth. So I love to think about power as connecting, of like looking for ways to delegate, for you're basically extending your reach, you're extending your influence. It's a great time for being able to actuate from an impact perspective, from a persuasion, an influence, a guidance, a leadership way. So we do a lot of activities as a team, as a company, and with our clients around being able to open to those connections to power. Then from August 1st until November 1st, it's the season of prosperity. This is where the things that, all the seeds that you planted, all the plans that you made, all the things that you executed in that season of purpose, then you've made all those connections and you're reaching out to do influence and you're doing all those things during the season of power. And now here we come, we get prosperity. We get the fruits of our labors. We get to then say, okay, we are going to execute in a way that we are ensuring that we are like putting money in the bank kind of thing. Whether that's for now or the future, we are allowing the receiving of our value. We are allowing for the fruits of our labor to come to be. We are giving over and letting go of expectation, and we are allowing all of the ways that abundance appears in our lives. There may be ways that we count the money, sure, but also there may be support that just comes out of nowhere. There may be ease that is created because of all the things that we've put together, or because more support has come in because we've made all those connections during the season of power. It's a very prosperous time. And then from November 1st until February 1st, it's a season of potential. It's that beautiful, like going inward, really accessing like the deep dive. And think about it, it makes sense like the end of the year, right? Like it's like we're kind of folding in and doing those things that we wanted to finish off, tying off from the current year. And we're looking forward to that next year. We're looking forward to the next step. So there's a very natural energy here that again reaches its apex at that solstice. So it's a very reflective time. It's very much a dreaming state. What do you wish to be? Who do you want to show up as in your life? How are you going to dust yourself off and let go of those things that really aren't supporting you and aren't a positive influence in your life? And you can open yourselves up to that freshness, that newness, that chance to quote unquote start again. Potential. So those are the seasons that we operate under, and most of our clients operate under. And you are able to use the natural energies that are available to everyone to your advantage. And knowing this, just even from this broad brush, is helpful and is adding to your power. So welcome to the seasons.